Any of the experience in one edition of Unbreakable the podcast. It is Friday, teaching our lesson. I made third. There's a third with it. That doesn't sound. I'm Greg. This is our patron saint of these 5 properties. Greg, there he is. Don't see it here. Over there is his birthday cake. One real cake, one real cake. So, with me today is little cake over there, the master of disaster, Mr. Twista, the terrifying fairy. Yoko Clipper. Yoko Clipper. So talking situations. Right? Well, you know what? It's a disappointment, of course. But looking at it, we really do. Sixers just weren't good enough for the series. They played how the Knicks were tenacious and principled. You saw from the start of last night's game how tenacious the Knicks were. How advanced as a team, we had one coming up. We had 22 points in the first big point. How does that happen? That ready flag? Where the other team's just playing hard. When you can't use this route for legs service, fail draw, stop that, stop. No excuses. Yeah, I'm tired of all these people, especially these illegal Sixers fans, saying, well, okay, I'm credit people hard. Aren't you supposed to play hard every game, especially when game 6 at home in the playoffs? When did we start giving trophies to teams that are playing hard? Right? It's stupid. It's an excuse. Stop with the excuse. The reality is, this team will not get out of the first round. I mean, for how many years have we been complaining about the Sixers not being able to get past the second round? This year, the Sixers got first round. They are worse. You could say whatever you want about Doc Rivers, he failed too. He didn't get past the first round. And the Bucks made a big mistake. They're going to find this out. Hiring Doc Rivers and giving him a multi-year contract. But he's gone. He's their problem. What I'm saying is the Sixers aren't even better. I really thought Nick Nurse was a better coach than what he's showing himself to be. Look at last night. I mean, look at the whole series. He doesn't play Buddy Hield until last night. And then Buddy Hield gets, 5 threes in the first half? The Sixers go from 22 down to 3 up at halftime. Thanks in large part to Buddy Hield. And then you don't see Buddy Hield again until, late third quarter, early fourth quarter? I mean, come on. Right? Nick Nurse and his rotations make me sick. I mean, first of all, Paul Reed could go to hell. Everybody and all these young people, young fans, B-ball Paul Reed, you got to play Paul Reed. But Paul Reed stinks, okay? Paul Reed is showing you why he was never, ever a legitimate NBA player. He's always a backup. He's always going to be a backup. So that's what he is. And he's not even that good of a backup. Give me a break. I mean, Paul Reed couldn't hold down the fort. That's why Embiid could not rest like he usually did in the regular season. And this is a guy who's coming off knee problems, the Bell's palsy thing in his face, the migraines, and he can't rest because you can't trust friggin' Paul Reed. Well, 2 things. Number one, Nick Nurse's fault again. I get it that he was hesitant to go to Paul Reed because the Sixers uh, lose ground. Lose ground when Embiid comes out of the game. Why not try Mo Bamba? Okay, I know you said, oh, Mo Bamba stinks. Yes, he does. But Nurse played Mo Bamba during the season, didn't he? He even started some games when Embiid was out with the knee problem. Why not give Mo Bamba a chance? At least Mo Bamba might be able to get a few rebounds. And that's what killed the Sixers. If you want to point to one thing that killed the Sixers in this series against the Knicks, rebounding, especially offensive rebounding, giving the Knicks 2-3 chances every time down the court. Ridiculous, and it killed the Sixers. Daryl Morey needs to be fired. He won't be because the owner is clueless. The worst professional sports owner in my lifetime, Philadelphia sports owner. I mean, you could say Norman Braman, what he did to the Eagles, right? But you could say Bill Giles and that group. But, you know, you can even say that the latest Comcast people before they put Keith Jones in place to run the Flyers. But first of all, Josh Harris knows nothing about basketball. He's only there to make money. It was an embarrassing thing. Game 5 with all these ticket thing. He could care less. He just wants to make money. Game 5, he wasn't even there. He was down in Washington with his little commanders down there on draft. That's how much he cares. He owns the Devils, he owns the Commanders, he owns the Sixers. He said he in it to make money. Come on. He knows nothing about basketball. And then you got Daryl Morey. What a joke. Think about it. At the trade deadline, instead of getting a rebounder to help him beat on the boards, like Andre Drummond, bring him back, the Bulls wanted to trade him. He gives us Buddy Hield, okay? And then he does get back, but Marcus Morris, he's not a great player. Patrick Beverly, but they gave the Sixers some toughness. Then he trades them away. And, you know, I'm sick of this Daryl Morey guy. He screwed up the whole James Harden debacle thing. I don't trust him. I don't like him. He loses trades. He doesn't sign the right free. Hey, listen to this. Listen to this. Okay. We get the stinking Villanova player. 10 years older, Kyle Lowry. What does Kyle Lowry do for this team? Oh, he's a great leader. He's a leader. He's a leader, my ass. Leader isn't going to win you games and elevate you to the next round of players. You see what leader did, right? He's washed up. He can't play. All right. Meanwhile, the 3 younger, better Villanova players are on the Knicks, killing us. Now, how did that happen? Dante DiVincenzo was a free agent before the season began. I said, I put this on Twitter, the Sixers need to sign him. But no, we don't need an athletic forward, do we? We don't need a young, scoring, athletic forward. Why would we need that? We traded away Mikal Bridges. So why would we need Dante DiVincenzo, right? We got Tobias Harris. Let's talk about Tobias Harris. Tobias Harris scored as many points as I did last night in that freaking game. 0. How does a guy who's not only the guy who's making all that money, but how does any professional basketball player in a big game like that last time score 0 points? 0. And as always, Tobias Harris disappears in crunch time. In the fourth quarter, when Embiid only scored 6 friggin' points, and you needed him to come up big, when Maxey wasn't himself last night, you know there had to be some regression in Maxey after that 46-point game. He wasn't going to do it yet. Jalen Brunson does. Jalen Brunson had 3 40-point games in a row in that series. Maxey couldn't do it. Okay, so if Maxey's not going to score, and Embiid had a great game, don't get me wrong. 39 points, 12 rebounds, something like that. But in crunch time, he's wearing down because he's playing all these minutes, because he's not getting his rest, because Paul Reed is his backup, and Paul Reed cannot hold his jock strap. So now we don't need an athletic four. We don't need a Mikal Bridges. We don't need a Dante Stevenson. So because we have Tobias Harris, right? Why would we need really a forward who is talented, who is motivated, a forward who wants to play basketball, not hide away? Why would we need that? Kelly Oubre, he tries. He's just not good enough, okay? He is not good enough. You're seeing why Kelly Oubre has been traded time again. He's not good enough. The Sixers, once again, were beaten on the offensive glass. But that was the story of the season. The Knicks just played well. Josh Harris is a just hard. The Nick Ford, the former Villanova guy, I'm so upset. Josh Hart plays tough. He plays bigger than his size. And he's not afraid to scrap in there for the rebounds. Where's Tobias Harris? Out wandering in the court, he's drifting away. One scene there, you see Hartenstein, DiVincenzo battling Embiid for a rebound underneath the basket. And you see Tobias Harris fading out of the picture, actually backing up, not going into the fray to help Embiid. He is backing up. The bum. He's another Ben Simmons. Let's just call it like it is. Be honest. So Tobias Harris can go, Kyle Lowry can go, Paul Reed can go. They can all go. Campaign is okay. He's not a starting player. Keep him for the bench. Instant offense off the bench. You might as well keep Buddy Hield. Will they re-sign Buddy Hield or let him walk? I don't know. Buddy Hield is what he is. Exactly last night. He'll come off the bench and get some points. But he's not a starting guard in the NBA because he can't play defense. And he's streaky. He's streaky shit. Batum gave him some good minutes during the series, some good threes, helped out with the rebounding. He's not a starting player. Come on. Sixers are in trouble. They're in trouble. Do you see any hope for this team? But he traded away a lot of the first round draft picks. Embiid isn't getting any younger, and he keeps breaking down every year. It's always something with him. He's always getting hurt. Do you expect that Joel Embiid is going to get healthy next year? Really? We were here last year. Do you remember that? After the Celtics series, after the Sixers blew Game 6 at home, was that sound familiar? And went up to Boston. And laid an egg up there, played like dogs. Sorry, Pippa. Up in Boston. Then he got rid of Harden. And he blamed James Harden. Oh, James Harden, which I agree with. James Harden is still, he's in the playoffs still, but he's a dog. Forget James Harden. He's a loser. Well, what excuse can we make now for this team, right? There's no James Harden team. What? You know, Embiid isn't getting in. Is it time to trade his ass? Maybe. I mean, what are you going to get? I said last year, if you want to trade Joel Embiid, you do it after last season when his value is at its highest after his MVP award. That's when you trade. That's when you get something back. Now, what are you going to get that for? He played well early in the season, but we saw what happened to him later. He got hurt, and he came back. He was a shell of himself. He had some good games like last week, but come on. Well, most of all, Joel Embiid, is he a winner? Is he? So far, no. He's a loser. Tyrese Maxey's too young yet, and he's got his best years ahead. And we saw what Tyrese Maxey did. But do you really build a team around a smallish point guard? I tell you, this team's in trouble. They need direction. They need a smart basketball man to come in there and clean house, start over, start accumulating draft picks, start getting younger, more athletic. They need a makeover. It's not going to happen because Daryl Morey is so stuck in his ways. He's a loser. What has Daryl Morey ever won? Nothing. The thing with the Sixers is and I said this last year, they have to promote a winning culture for the team. This team is a bunch of losers. They have a losing culture. It goes all the way back to the tanking days, to the process, when they actually tried to lose on purpose. Think about that. Whether you were for the process or not, you had a team in town who tried to lose on purpose. Not that they lose, everybody loses, but they wanted to lose. Think about that. How stupid and how crazy was it? And what happened? Did it get the Sixers a championship in the end? No. No. It didn't even get the Sixers close. The Sixers didn't even make the finals of the Eastern Conference. So for all you people out there who love the process, Spike Gaskin, all these jerks out there who don't know what the hell they're talking about. These geeky guys who love Sam Hinkie, man, stop already. You're seeing what's happening. The process failed. Don't say, look, I was Joel Embiid. What has Joel Embiid gotten you? Has he gotten you a title? Has he gotten you to Eastern Conference Finals? He got himself an MVP award. That's for Joel Embiid, not for you and not for me. That's for Joel Embiid. There's too much me on the Sixers team. There's too much of a losing culture. And, you know, everything starts at the top. Until Josh Harris sells the friggin' team and Daryl Morey packs his bags and gets the hell out of Philadelphia, nothing's going to change. You're going to have the same old people who are stupid enough to pay all that money to go down and watch the Sixers. This is what you're going to get every single year. It's going to be a rerun every single year. We're going to be back here next April or May, talking about the same thing. How the Sixers couldn't get out of the first or second round, how Joel Embiid got hurt again, how Joel Embiid couldn't do it down the stretch. Is there hope with the Sixers? Blah, 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 blah. The same thing is going to happen again. And you know it, and I know it. At the start of every season, there's hope. Just like the start of every sports season, there's hope. But if you look at it realistically, there really isn't any hope for this team until they start developing a winning future. And think about the East. The Boston Celtics aren't going anywhere. They're a juggernaut. Whether they win the title this year or not, who knows? But they're so much better than the Sixers. The Milwaukee Bucks have Doc Rivers. But they do have Giannis. Well, I think he's going to come back hungry next year. The Miami Heat, you can never count them out because they have a brilliant head coach and they play tough defense. Indiana, young team. They run, they run, they run. Up and coming team. The Knicks, you gotta give them credit. As much as I hate to give them credit, they put all the pieces together. The Knicks got the three Villanova players together, didn't they? They got the complementary pieces when they made that big trade with Toronto. And you got Cleveland, another young team. Even Orlando. Jesus, right? So what I'm saying is that the Sixers, just to get out of the East, it's going to be a chore. Just to get past Boston for the next 5 years is going to be a chore. Who wants to tear it down and start over again? Nobody. Because tearing it down and starting over again means you'll see the playoffs. It means going through the draft again. It means hoping to get lucky in the lottery. Blah, 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 blah. I get it. But what's the alternative? Running the same crap out there every year and having the same result? At least starting over again, you have a little. I mean, that's what Cleveland did, right? I mean, I don't know what to say. It's just, the Sixers are like in purgatory. They really are. Think about it. They're certainly not in heaven. Well, I wouldn't say they're in hell. Other fans are in hell. Sixers are in purgatory right now. They're just there. They're kind of in between. They're just there. They're not good enough to win a championship or even get out of the East, but they're not bad enough to be in the lottery. They're just there. You want a team that's just there, that's mediocre? I mean, the Phillies are showing us how to do it, right? The Phillies, for a long time, did not cultivate their farm system. It's coming around now. The Phillies would get bad free agents every year. They're doing better. They're able to sign guys like Wheeler and Noah to longer-term contracts. They have a hell of a starting staff. The Phillies are showing you how to do it. Why? Because the Phillies got the right people in place. Matt Klensak got his ass out of here, along with Andy McFarland. The Phillies brought in a baseball guy in Dave Dombrowski who knew what he was doing. He turned the team around. That's the way you build a team. That's what the Sixers have to do. They need to get a guy in place who knows basketball, who has a winning culture, He knows what it takes to build a winning team, to build a championship team, who has proven success. Not like Daryl Morey, who hasn't done a damn thing in his career. The Sixers need to look at the Phillies and say, this is the way we do it. And look at the Eagles. As much as we hated how the Eagles season ended last year, now we love the Eagles because Howie Roseman had what I think, on paper at least, was a really, really good draft. They got some free agents. The Eagles have hope. Okay? The Eagles have hope. We know that the Eagles are one of the best teams in the NFC. We know they're going to be competitive. And we know under Howie Roseman and Jeffrey Lurie, they're going to do what it takes to build a winner. Can we say that about Josh Harris and Daryl Morey and the 76ers? No, we can't say. So that's my eulogy, the 76ers. Let's see what happens during the summer. I don't know what they do. I know one thing is they got to let Tobias Harris go. Let him go, let him go, let him go. You got to get rid of some of these old guys too, man. You can't play. You know, you got to make wiser decisions. And most of all, you got to get a guy in there who knows how to evaluate talent, who knows how to make trades, and who knows how to sign free agents. Till that happens, you're going to get playoff losses every year. Until in about, 5 years? Maybe even sooner? Joel Embiid can't play anymore? Then what do you do? Got to start looking to the future too, you know? And that's what the good general managers do. They, like Dave DeBrusco, he not only addresses the current team and wants to win, but he's always keeping an eye on the future too. Because eventually, the future is going to be here. And that's the mark of a smart executive, a smart general manager. It doesn't sacrifice the now for the future and vice versa. He's got his eyes on both things, on the present team now and what's going to happen 5 years from now. 76ers look across the street, study what the Phillies are doing, and do it. Problem is, you got a voter who keeps running from Washington to Florida, to Jersey, to Philly, Washington, Florida, then it doesn't care. Josh Harris, if he really knew what the hell he was doing, would sit down and say, you know what, we're not getting any better. We need worse. What kind of future? I need to make some changes. And maybe he will. Maybe he will. Maybe he'll take a look at things and he'll surprise us by making some changes next week, right? And if he does, kudos to him. I'll be the first one to come on and say, good move, Josh Harris. But until that happens, I'm out on the Sixers. Everybody have a great weekend. Have a nice Friday. You know what? I'll be back tomorrow. I have a classic TV show to share with you, and we're going to have a lot of fun. Oh, we went to the 70s last week when we talked about Welcome Back, Kotter. We're going, a little hint, we're going back to the 60s tomorrow for a classic TV show. Classic. And we'll have a little bit of fun for a change, huh? Good luck, Phillies, tonight, playing against the San Francisco Giants. Hey, Coco, they got a 4-game set this weekend with the Giants. Good luck, Phillies. And the Phillies have the stage now until September, which they should. Now, they're a really good team. The Phillies, they have to have a good summer. We need a good summer. And then the Eagles will be starting up. And then we'll worry about the Sixers and the Flyers later on. But Phillies, you've got the stage now. Keep playing good baseball. Win the freaking East. It shows what you can do. Go Phillies. See you guys tomorrow. Take care and have a nice day. Thanks for watching. If you get a chance, please subscribe if you haven't already. Please tell your friends to watch. And thanks for everyone who has subscribed. And peace and love, everybody. Take care. See you. Bye.